Hello, book friends, welcome back. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. Friends, I have a super huge book haul for you guys today. So grab you a drink, grab you a snack, and I'll be right back. So today, friends, before I get started, I would love for you guys to like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all keep coming back. I feel the love, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So let's get down to business. I have book mail. I have a haul from a couple of my thrift stores. And what else do I have for you guys? I got a couple other little treats for you guys that you probably have not seen in any of my videos. So we're going to get started. And I figure I'll just start with the book mail first. And so it is book of the month time. And I tried out a new author this month. And it is Alex North, The Man Made of Smoke. And most of you guys know Book of the Month. I'm not sponsored by Book of the Month or anything, but I really like Book of the Month because they have so many books to choose from other than the books that we usually see on TikTok and everywhere else. All right. So I saw another thriller booktuber. All she reads is thrillers. Talk about this book, and so I thought that I would try them out. I have so many books that I may or may not read all the synopsis, but we'll see. So this one is the latest gripping serial killer thriller from the best-selling author Alex North. Now, I don't believe that I've ever read a serial killer type thriller, but we gonna see. All right, so Dan Garvey's life has been haunted by the crime he witnessed as a child, narrowly escaping an encounter with a notorious serial killer. He has dedicated his life since to profiling criminals, eager to seek justice for innocent victims. So when his father dies under suspicious circumstances, Dan revisits the small island community where he grew up, determined to uncover the truth about his death. Is it possible that the monster he remembers from his childhood nightmares has returned after all of these years? With his signature shock and suspense, Alex North brings us A Man Made of Smoke. I mean, you know, they start going to these little towns and whatnot, and you know it's going to be something. So I feel like this is going to be good, friends. The next couple of items that I have in book mail are from Amazon. Y'all, excuse the motorcycle. I really hope this guy does not drive up and down this street today, but I apologize in advance. I'm trying to do this without showing my address. Amazon book mail. Y'all, let me tell you, I ain't gonna even lie. I ain't gonna even hold you, as they say. I had to open this because this book right here, I have been anticipating. Matter of fact, on my last video, I had listed this book as an anticipated read, and I wasn't for sure if I was gonna buy it right away or just kind of wait, because I had mentioned going to the book fair in a couple of months. But let me tell you something. I couldn't wait. I could not wait, because I just can't get enough of Kennedy Bryant, child. I had to get it. I had to get this book. I don't need to talk about this book because everybody talking about it. All right, everybody talking about it. But I am super excited about this book. Matter of fact, because I'm in my moody mode right now, you know, she might have to jump the line of some of the books that I have left for the month of May. She might have to cut, okay? But I'm super excited about having a copy of my Kennedy Ryan book. All right. And for those of you who may not know about Kennedy Ryan, she's amazing. This is a romance book. She wrote 2 other books about, these are a set of friends. 1, 2, 3. It's 3 of them friends, child. And each of them had a story about their love life, relationship type stuff going on. And this is your girl, Hendrix. We gonna see what she get herself into, child. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. All right. The next Amazon package that I have, and I went ahead and I went ahead and opened this because I hate the struggling. When we get on camera, we got to struggle to try to open it. So I did open it, but this is another anticipated read for 2025, child, that I could not wait. I could not wait to get this book, and that is Geneva Rose, The Perfect Divorce. Y'all like them sprayed edges. There you go. Let me see, did they do any? Oh, see, I didn't even look at that. They got the little stuff going on. You got the little blood spatter in the back. Yeah, this is a nice one. This is a nice one. Let me see what else we got in here. This is not necessarily a special edition type thing, but I guess, I don't know. Is this a special edition because of the sprayed edges? I don't know. But if you did not read The Perfect Marriage, you missing something, because I feel like, and I don't know everything that this book could possibly be about, but I do know that you probably want to read The Perfect Marriage before you read this book. That's how I feel about it. Okay. So let's see. It says it's been 11 years since high-powered attorney Sarah Morgan defended her husband Adam against the charge of murdering his mistress. Sarah has long since moved on, starting a family with her new husband Bob Miller, and changing careers. Her life is back to being exactly how she always wanted it. Or is it? After divorcing Bob, engaged in a one-night stand. No, sorry. After discovering that Bob engaged in a one-night stand, Sarah wastes no time filing for divorce. However, amid their ugly separation, new DNA evidence is uncovered in the case against Adam, her first husband, child, forcing the police to reopen the investigation and putting Sarah right back in the spotlight. Everyone wants to know what really happened, most of all, former Deputy Hudson, who is hell-bent on finding the truth. But when the woman Bob slept with is reported missing, he and Sarah start to fight dirty. And a high-stakes game of cat and mouse ensues, filled with page-turning suspense, Geneva Rose signature twists and turns. This book will have readers wondering. Sounds like it's gonna be good to me. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Miss Geneva might have to jump some of these other books too. I'm trying to see. Because this was another highly anticipated book. We gonna see. We gonna see what the end gonna be. All right. So that is all of my book mail. Okay. The next set of books that I have for you guys are books that I thrifted from Goodwill and another thrift store, St. Vincent de Paul. Okay. So these are from, these are from Goodwill. Right here. Got these books here. And this book, friends, I was going to get it. I had it in my thriftbooks.com cart. And I waited and I waited. I told you, it's something about the waiting, honey. It's something about the waiting. And lo and beholden, child, I found the God of the Woods. I mean, and I got a brand new. Let me tell you something. The pages is crisp. Okay? The pages are, you could tell they did not read this book, child. So I am super excited that I got this book for $2. Okay? Yes, I did. I got it for $2 and I am so excited about it. In perfect condition. Perfect. Not a page bent. No water damage. I'm telling you. It's something about waiting. It's something about waiting and thrifting. Okay? The next book that I have is James Patterson Crossfire. Now, I have not read one book by James Patterson. However, I have a niece who, she's just a James Patterson fan. She reading all the books, okay? And I saw this book along with several of his books in Goodwill. And so I said, and this was a new copy as well. I mean, you could tell it's new. I mean, the pages is crispy, okay? And I said, and I've been wanting to get into James Patterson. So I decided, I don't even know where this is on his list because he has books upon books. He has so many books. It's just insane. So I saw this one. I read the synopsis. I didn't even read the God of the Woods synopsis, but that's an older book. So you could pull that up on Goodreads or something and read about that one. But this one, let's see. Do I want to read it? Yes. Okay. Wedding bells ring. Detective Alex Cross and Bree Stone's wedding plans are put on hold when Alex is called to the scene of the perfectly executed assassination of two of Washington, D.C.'s most corrupt, a dirty congressman and an underhanded lobbyist. Next, the elusive gunman begins picking off other crooked insiders, sparking a blaze of theories. Is the marksman a hero or a vigilant? Okay, so these are one of those kind of FBI crime type, I don't know if this would be called a thriller more than it's probably a mystery type thing. But I'm sure it's going to be good. And then, friends, I have one more book from a thrift store. And this is, I'm sorry, I didn't put the bag up. But this one was from St. Vincent de Paul. And I got this book for $1. Hardcover. Once again, I mean, this book does not look like it's been touched. It's in excellent condition. And it's called Hannah's List by Debbie Macomber. This author, I saw, I'm another book tuber that reads some of her. But this lady has a backlist. Oh my gosh, like 15, 20 years backlist, okay? But I saw Hannah's List. I wanted to grab something, just do a little taste test and see if this is an author that I would like. I'm trying new stuff, okay? So I went ahead and grabbed this one. You can't beat $1. If I don't like it, I ain't losing much, okay? Let me see if I want to read this. I'll read it. On the anniversary of his beloved wife's death, Dr. Daniel Everett receives a letter Hannah had written him. In it, she reminds him of her love and makes one final request, an impossible request. I want you to marry again. She tells him he shouldn't spend the years he has left grieving her. And to that end, she's chosen 3 women she asked him to consider. My goodness. Okay. I'm not going into who those women are because when I read the book, I'm going to tell you all about it. Okay? All right. Now, we are going to get started. I believe everything else here is from my store, y'all. Friends of the Public Library. Over the last 4 let me see, has it been 4 weeks? It's going on 4 weeks since my last book haul, maybe. I've accumulated these books. I've been very intentional about the books that I am choosing. So I'm doing a little research on them. I've been taking book recommendations. So when I go into Friends of the Public Library, I got my list and I'm making sure that these are books that I already, kind of looked over and know that I want to buy. So with the exception of one, I think pretty much all of these, I know what I'm getting into, okay? So I'm going to start with, let me see. I'm going to start with, I don't want that to fall over, but it might. I'm going to start with like what I want to call one-offs or what have you. Y'all know I'm a thriller girly, so most of my books are thrillers. So I'm going to kind of start with everything that's not. The first book I want to show you guys is Paula Chase, So Done. And I got this book. I think I mentioned on the last video that my granddaughter is coming into town to spend the summer with me for a little bit. And I wanted to get her, a little library started so she can have something to read while she's here. And I thought this was a really cute book. Really talking about friendships and, sometimes they don't go how you want, y'all falling out or whatnot. And she just turned 10. So these kids are kind of different now, okay? They're a little bit more mature than we was at 10 years, at least than I was at 10 years old. So I felt like this would be a really cute book for her. I got this for $1 at St. Vincent de Paul as well. I don't know why I took it out the bag, but yeah, I got this for $1. So, hopefully she'll like it. And if she don't, nothing lost here, okay? So the next set of books that I have are going to be your literary, contemporary type books. And I'm starting with Taylor Jenkins Reid, After I Do. I've gone back on her book log and started grabbing her books, because I'm telling you, I'm what is it, the Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Look, let me tell you something. She got me in the chokehold. I done started collecting her books. I had let me see, I got one other book of hers, I believe. Maybe two. But I saw this book so cheap. It's not in the greatest condition, but I mean, for what is it, a couple of bucks, hey, I just want to read the book. Okay, y'all know me. I just want to read the book. So, we wipe it off a little bit and we gonna get moving. But this one is, let me see. Do I want to read is the synopsis on here? And of course, since it's like a library book, they tend to put the stickers right over the synopsis. Oh my goodness. Let me see. Do I want to try to get this off so I can read this? Hold, please. All right. I think I got it, friends. I think I got it. All right. So when Lauren and Ryan's marriage reaches the breaking point, they come up with an unconventional plan. They decide to take a year off in the hope of finding a way to fall in love again. 1 year apart and only one rule: they cannot contact each other. Aside from that, anything goes. My. Lauren embarks on a journey of self-discovery, quickly finding that her friends and family have their own ideas about the meaning of marriage. These influences, as well as her own healing process and the challenges of living apart from Ryan, begin to change Lauren's idea about monogamy and marriage. She starts to question when you can have When you can have romance without fidelity and commitment without marriage, when love and lust are no longer tied together, what do you value? What are you willing to fight for? This is a love story about what happens when the love fades, okay? We read all these books about, where we gonna know the end is gonna be they fall in love. But what about when it fades out, okay? Let me see. It's about staying in love, seizing love, forsaking love, and committing to love with everything you've got. And above all, After I Do is the story of a couple caught up in an old game and searching for a new road to the happily ever after. It sounds like it's going to be good to me, y'all. It sounds like it is going to be good. The next book that I have is Beartown by Frederick Bachman. I do have a couple of books of his. A Man Called Ove and another one. And I believe this is a series, if I'm not mistaken. And when I saw this book, I haven't even read y'all. Yeah, I think I got Anxious People, which I did a soft DNF on. Not that anything was particularly wrong with that book, but I felt like because of what I was reading already, it just kind of didn't sit right with me. So I'm going to have to go back to that one. But I really liked his writing. From what I've experienced, I really like it. A lot of people have talked about this book. I'm not going to go into what this book is about. But when I get ready to read it, then we'll talk about it. Okay? So the next set of books that I have are romance. Now, I did say that I was not going to buy a lot of romance books because I have quite a few that I need to get through so that I can make room for the newer ones. But when you come across stuff that's really, really on sale and some books that you had on your wish list, then you just got to get them. I mean, that's all it is to it. All right. So, this particular author I have not read before. I don't know anything about her. Let me take that back. I know that she's a YA author. I did a little research on her. I know that she has quite a few books out there. Matter of fact, I have one of her books on my shelf, The Marvelous, by Claire Kahn. And I saw this book in the Friends of the Public Library. And the cover is what made me look at it. The cover, y'all, cute. So cute. But this is a love story, and it's one of those, this came out in 2022, so it's fairly new. But this is one of those friends to lovers type situations are, let's see, yep. 30 and flirty, secretly in love with her best friend, okay? Malcolm, but she's never been brave enough to say so. When he unexpectedly announces that he met the love of his life and no, it's not Joy, she's heartbroken. Malcolm invites her on a weekend getaway, and Joy decides it's her last chance to show him exactly what he's overlooking. But maybe Joy is the one missing something or someone, and his name is Fox. Fox sees a kindred spirit in Joy and decides to help her. He proposes they pretend to fall for each other on the weekend trip to make Malcolm jealous. But spending time with Fox shows Joy what it's like to not be the third wheel. And there's no mistaking the way he makes her feel. Could Fox be the romantic partner she's always deserved? That sounds sort of like, was that Tia Williams? I mean, we've seen this trope kind of already. The fake dating type thing. But anyway, I went on and picked it up because it seemed like it's going to be good. This next book, oh my gosh. Okay. So I was so excited when I saw this book because once again, this was a wish list book. I kept this, leaving it in the cart thinking, I'm going to get it. This is, even though this is a library copy, I mean, the page, I don't know if anybody ever read the book, but I've heard so much about it, and that is Rebecca Searle, Expiration Date. And I believe this has some type of magical realism in it, if I'm not mistaken. But Daphne Bell believes the universe has a plan for her. Every time she meets a new man, she receives a slip of paper with his name and a number on it, the exact amount of time they will be together. The paper told her she spent 3 days with Martin in Paris, 5 weeks with Noah in San Francisco, and 3 months with Hugo, her ex-boyfriend turned best friend. Daphne has been receiving the numbered papers for over 20 years. My goodness. Always wondering when there might be one without an expiration. Finally, the night of a blind date at her favorite Los Angeles restaurant, there's one, only a name, Jake. But as Jake and Daphne's story unfolds, Daphne finds herself doubting the paper's prediction and wrestling with what it means to be both committed and truthful. Because Daphne knows things Jake doesn't, information that if he found out would break his heart. I'm not going to read no more because I already know this is going to be good. I know it's going to be good. So, next to this book was another book by Rebecca Searle. I guess I'm saying that right. And In 5 Years. All right, In 5 Years was right next to it. Once again, this may be some type of magical realism, but I grabbed the child. Yes, I did. Let's see. Danny Cohen lives her life by the numbers. Her every goal has long been mapped out and accounted for. To her mind, the unpredictable does not exist. She is nothing like her lifelong best friend. The wild, whimsical, believes in fate. Bella. Okay. So when Danny is asked the proverbial question at the most important interview of her career, she is meticulously crafted answer at the ready. Later, after nailing her interview and accepting her boyfriend's marriage proposal, Danny goes to sleep knowing she is right on track to achieve her 5-year plan. But when she awakens, she's suddenly in a different apartment with a different ring on her finger, and besides, a very different man. Danny spends 1 hour, exactly 5 years in the future, before she wakes up again in her own home on the brink of midnight. But it is 1 hour she cannot shake. Sounds like it's gonna be good, y'all. I can't wait. I can't wait. So, this next book that I have, last year, I could have kicked myself because I didn't get this book last year. And literally, I've been looking for this book ever since. And that is P.S. I Hate You by Lauren Connolly. I was so happy. This was a brand new mint condition. I mean, this book does not even look like, so I'm hoping it's good. When I heard another YouTuber talking about it, I felt like it was going to be good. But this one is like in really, really good condition. Of course, it looks like it was a book of the month that somebody just felt like they didn't want to read. Okay. This is some type of romantic comedy. Okay. Let me see. Maddie Sanderson would be proud to honor her older brother's dying wish that she scatter his ashes over 8 destinations that the adventurous 29-year-old never got to visit before he died from cancer. But in his will, Josh assigned her an impossible partner to help complete the mission. Dominic Perry. Seriously, if Maddie weren't already at her brother's funeral, she would kill him for this. So evidently, this guy is going to go on this trip with her. It's going to be a hoot. It's going to be a hoot. And I can't wait to read it. All right, guys. Let me see here. So, I love puzzles. I love them. Have I had time to like really sit down and do them? I did not make time as much as I wanted to do them. But look, I'm smelling all the flowers, y'all. I am smelling them all. And so when I was in, what store did I get this from? I should have left it in the bag. St. Vincent de Paul, I got this 300-piece puzzle for $1, y'all. $1. It says 3 on the box, but the day that I went in, I got my little mature, I won't say senior citizen, because I ain't no senior citizen, honey, but I got a discount, all right? My 55 and over discount, honey, and got this puzzle for $1. It's so pretty. I can't wait. I am currently working on a vlog. I don't do many vlogs where I'm like taking y'all everywhere or whatnot, but I'm gonna try it, okay? So in the vlog, you'll get to see either this puzzle or I got this puzzle at the Friends of the Public Library. And it was $4. This is a 500 piece. It's cute though. I love it. I love it. So, here are a couple little bookish things that you may get to see me working on in my vlog. So the next 2 items that I have in the Friends of the Public Library, they have a whole section of audiographed books, signed copies. Let me say, that's easier to say. Signed copy books. They have a whole section. And generally, I kind of like just breeze over them, you know, because I'm so focused on going to the sections that I know about, my thriller section. Like, I know that store. I know it. But I decided to stop by, and I actually picked up 2 signed copy books from 2 authors that I've never read before, but I've heard of these authors, and I wanted to just do a little taste test and see how they are. But this is Harlan Coben, Think Twice. It is an audiograph copy. Let me show you guys. I did a little doody-doo. You know, do I know if it's real? No, but it has the sticker on it, okay? So, you know, I take it that it is a real audiograph or signed copy of this thriller book. Let me see. Okay, this was or is a Netflix author as well. Okay, how can a man who's already dead be wanted for murder? 3 years ago, sports agent Myron Bolter gave a eulogy at the funeral of his client, renowned basketball coach Greg Downing. Myron and Greg had history, initially as deeply personal rivals and later as unexpected business associates. Myron made peace and moved on until when 2 federal agents walked into his office demanding to know where Greg Downing is. According to the agents, Greg is still alive and has been placed at the scene of a double homicide, making him their main suspect. Shocked, Myron needs answers. Myron and his longtime friend and colleague went set out to find the truth, but the more they discover about Greg, the more dangerous their world becomes. We're going to stop right there. We're talking about secrets and lies, lies and secrets, honey. It's going to be good. I'm sure it's going to be good. This next book is a thriller. Now, this book, not only was it a signed copy, but the author of this book had a bookmark in it. You can't never have enough bookmarks, child. Look at that. This is the author, Terry Parlato, or I guess that's how you say it. Y'all know how I am with these names, honey. So, sorry if I pronounced that wrong. But I read this synopsis of this book and I thought, oh, this is going to be good, y'all. Let me see. Snow falls softly outside Molly Bradley's home on a frigid January night. Inside, half a dozen close friends are gathered to celebrate the 40th birthday of Molly's psychologist husband, Jay. Candlelight gleams against dark wood. Wine flows and the house rings with laughter. Everybody loves Jay, Molly most of all. Yet next morning, Molly discovers Jay is dead on the floor of his office. His throat is brutally slashed. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that sounds deep, honey. Yeah, this is some kind of mystery thriller. I don't know. I think it's probably more of a mystery. I don't know. It sounds like it's going to be thrilling to me. All right, but I'm gonna let y'all know all about it. All right, so now we can roll on into all of the thrillers that I have left. For the sake of time, y'all, I may not read all of them because I have quite a few. I might not read all the synopsis, okay? Especially of the books of the authors that we already know well, or I already know well. But some of these newer ones I made. So Not a Sound by Heather Gudenkauf. All right. This is a thriller. I love those little, I don't know what kind of pages this is called. Fringy. I don't know, but I think it's pretty cool. All right. So let's see. When a tragic accident leaves nurse Amelia Wynn death, she spirals into a depression that ultimately causes her to lose everything that matters: her job, her husband, David, and her stepdaughter, Nora. Now, 2 years later, and with the help of her hearing dog, Stitch, she is finally getting back on her feet. But when she discovers the body of a fellow nurse in the dense bush by the river, deep in the woods near her cabin, she is plunged into a disturbing mystery that could shatter the carefully reconstructed pieces of her life all over again. Woo! Okay. It sounds like it's going to be good to me. We're going to see. This next author that I have is Robin Harding. These are books, once again, that were recommendations from, a booktuber, a couple of them that I have really grown to love. They are strictly thriller, okay? They don't talk about nothing else but the thrill, okay? So this Robin Harding, I could not find the book that I wanted to find from this author. So I just went on to the backlog, do a little taste test, see if I even like this author before I found the book that I was looking for anyway. So this is The Perfect Family. Y'all know I love my domestic. Okay? Y'all know I love that. I am here for the domestic. So this is a cute little cover. All right? Nice and simple, okay? Simple and nice. All right. I'm going to have to bypass the synopsis on this one and get it to y'all when I finally read the book, because the sticker is not letting me be, oh my goodness, it's not letting me be great. Okay, so we're gonna have to skip the synopsis on that one. All right, this next author needs no introduction. I already got her books. She is the author of Then She Was Gone, Lisa Jewell. Okay, I've been going on her backlog, grabbing her books. I got 2, I think, other books up there, hers, that I need to read. But when I saw this book, The Girls in the Garden, it looked nice and creepy. Now, I don't do horror, but this one looked nice and creepy. It didn't say it was horror. Let me see. This one came out, and I got this one on a really discounted price for $2. Let me see. When did this one come out? Oh, 2015. But this one, let me see what it says. Imagine that you live on a picturesque communal garden square, an oasis in urban London where your children run free in and out of other people's houses. Your neighbors have been living here for generations, and you trust them implicitly. You think your children are safe, but are they really? Now, honey, we know this was when, because ain't no kids running in and out of nobody's house, not mine, okay? When her father's schizophrenic break ends in tragedy, Claire absconds with her 2 daughters, Grace and Pip, to the idyllic virginal park. Claire soon befriends stay-at-home mother Adele and her devastatingly charming husband Leo, and the girls become enmeshed in a clique of neighborhood children. Everyone seems so welcoming, honey. Y'all start moving to them little towns and stuff. It is set up for some problems, okay? Evidently, it's some dark secrets and stuff going on. The children and the adults play twist together in this unforgettable novel. This probably gonna be good. They playing twisters on. Okay. All right. So let's see what else we have here. Okay. B.A. Paris, The Guest. So I was introduced to this author by another thriller author, or another thriller booktuber. And I was so excited when I went to the bookstore, and could even find one of her books, because I have been looking for weeks. And I finally came across this one. And look, I'm telling you, I mean, how can you be excited about every book? Somebody tell me in the comments, how can you literally be excited about every book? Because I am. Yes, I am. All right. Iris and Gabriel have just arrived home from a make or break holiday, but a shock awaits them. One of their closest friends, Lori, is in their house. The atmosphere quickly becomes tense as she oversteps again and again, sleeping in their bed, wearing Iris's clothes, and rearranging the furniture. Call the police. Police. Call the police, child. Oh my goodness. Laura has walked out on her husband and their good friend Pierre over his confession of an affair and a secret child. Iris and Gabriel want to be supportive of their friends, but as Laura's mood becomes increasingly unpredictable, her presence takes its toll. Okay, it's time for, we're going to find you a women's shelter. We're going to call your mama or somebody, but you can't stay here, okay? But if we didn't have this, we wouldn't have a book now, will we? All right, we're going to talk about it. These next two books that I have, everybody talking about Riley. Mr. Riley. Okay, look, this was a good day. This was a good day because on the day that I got this book, The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager, I turned it around the following week and saw this book. Now, they wasn't together. When I found this one on a different day, went in there and found this one on another day. Survive the Night by Riley Sager. So, I'm not reading the synopsis. They're going to thrill you. That's what I'm going to tell you. They're going to thrill you. I can't wait to read it. I heard a lot of good things about this one. I have not heard anything about this one, at least, since I've been watching them, YouTube. So I'm sure it's going to be good. I'm sure it's going to be good. We getting there, friends. All right. This next book is an author that I don't know anything about this author. However, it was a recommendation. And that is Kimberly McCreight. A Good Marriage. This is domestic. That's all I need to know. This is domestic. Okay. It's got something to do with marriage. Okay. And they dark secrets and all that. So I'm sure it's going to be good. Then we have another book by Kimberly McCreight, and that is Like Mother, Like Daughter. I did see this book on Book of the Month. However, I didn't buy it, and I'm so glad I didn't. Okay, because $17, $3. Okay, which one you gonna buy? I told you it's something in the waiting. You just gotta wait. Hold your mule, okay, and just be patient and wait. All right. And so I'm super, super excited about getting this book. I'm not going to read because we pressing for time, y'all. We're going to be here all day. So this next book, Only If You're Lucky by Stacy Willingham. Now, I already have all of the Dangerous Things by Stacy Willingham. But I saw this book, heard so much about this book, almost positive I'm going to like it. So when I saw this one, I went on and picked it up. Okay. And it's a thriller, a sharp and twisty exploration of female friendship, All right, this got to do with friends. Some college drama, somebody from, we gonna see. But one of these friends dies after graduation, and then some stuff going on. Okay, it's gonna be good. This next set of books, what do we have here? All right, Rachel Hawkins, The Wife Upstairs. I heard booktubers talking about these as well. Let me see. Oh my goodness. Yeah. This gonna be good. Let me see. The Wife Upstairs. Who Wife Upstairs? We know that it's a story about murder. Okay? Somebody gonna be unalived or already unalived in this book. All right? But I saw that book, so I went ahead and picked up Reckless Girls. Now, I've heard people talk about Reckless Girls. The cover of this book is not unfamiliar to me. I really hope that this is going to be good. It says 1 island, 6 visitors, countless secrets. Oh, Lord. All right, they done got stuck on the island, y'all. Y'all can only imagine what's going to happen. But I sound like it's going to be good. All right. Once again, this author does not need an introduction. I have collected, I think I got pretty much of all of Sherry Lapina's books now. She an auto-buy for me. She is auto-buy. The Couple Next Door did it for your girl. I love that book. But I saw this one, The End of Her. I think I now have, how many of her books up on that shelf? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think this is probably book number 7. Okay. I think, did I have any more? Actually, I think this might be book number 8. But I saw it, I bought it. All right, we getting close, friends. We getting close. Hold on, stay tuned, stay with me. All right. So, these next 2 books are by an author. Once again, it was a book recommendation, and I went and saw these 2 books. I believe this first one that I'm going to show you is one of the most recent. It's almost a couple of years old, and that is Lisa Unger, Christmas Presents. Look at that cover. Honey, one of them out in the woods situations. Oh, my goodness. Let me see. Against all odds, this indie bookshop owner, Madeline Martin, has built a pleasant life for herself, overcoming a traumatic childhood and the daily struggle of caring for her elderly and infirm father. But in the days leading up to Christmas, Madeline's tenuous grasp on happiness is tested by the arrival of a celebrity true crime podcaster, Harley Granger, a man whose prodding questions about her most painful memories threaten to bring them back to the surface. Oh, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. I was checking to see, I've been reading a few books with the podcast elements in them, and I was just checking to see if this one had it. But it sounds like it's going to be good. I know it says something about some serial killers and something, so it's going to be good. Then we have another book by Lisa Unger, The New Couple in 5B. Now, I've been holding off buying this book, and when I saw it, I had to get it. This just came out last year, so it's a pretty new book. Rosie and Chad Lowen are barely making ends meet in New York City when they receive life-changing news. Chad's late uncle has left him his luxury apartment at the historic Windermere in glamorous Murray Hill. With his prior elegance and impeccable uniform doorman, the building is the epitome of y'all know what I mean. Where am I at? Old New York charm. One would almost never suspect the dark history lurking behind its perfectly maintained facade. Shoot, is this about a creepy or haunted hotel? I don't know. We gonna find out. This next author here is an author that was recommended as well, and that is Gone Tonight by Sarah Pekkanen. She has a backlog, child. She got so many books. I was actually looking for another book, and they only had this one. So I'm going to be doing a little taste testing to see, if I even like this author's writing. From what I can tell, it looks like it's pretty easy, typical easy thriller writing type stuff. Something about her running from her past, honey. So we gonna see. All right. Last but not least, and I'm gonna let y'all out of here, okay? Out of my world, my crazy world. This last book is Count My Lies by Sophie Stava. I was so excited about getting this book because this was a new release earlier this year. I did do a new release video. I can't remember. Was she on there? Lord, that's a shame because I just did the video last week. I can't remember. But go and check that video out. If you have not already, I'm going to need you to go on and check it out and see what's coming out. See what I'm anticipating, okay? But this one, I'm so happy I found this one. Let me see. Harmless lies, mostly to make her self-proclaimed sad little life a bit more interesting. So when Sloane sees a young girl in tears at a park one afternoon, she can't help herself. She tells the girl, very attractive dad, she's a nurse and helps him pull a bee sting from the child's foot. With this lie, now she done just came out the gate line, and chance encounter, Sloane becomes the nanny for the wealthy and privileged household of Jay and Violet Lockhart, the perfect New York couple with a brownstone, a daughter in a private school, and summers on Block Island. But maybe Sloane isn't the only one lying, and all that picture-perfect harbors a much more dangerous truth. To say anything more is to spoil the most exciting, twisty, and bitterly smart suspense novel to come in years. That's right. Just give us a little bit. Just give us a little bit to want more. And so I cannot wait to read this book. Friends, whew, I feel like we went on a journey. I feel like I know I've had more books than this before, but I don't know. They all seem like they're going to be good. If you have made it to the end of this video, I need you to put this little emoji to let me know you made it through, child. I will be so happy if you made it through. All right. So, if you have not done already, please like, comment, and subscribe. Share me with your friends. All right. Until the next time, keep being who you are, and that's a star. So keep shining. Bye.